Hello, and thank you for watching this virtual info session on tips for submitting your strongest application. My name is Makia Al-Ghamdi. I'm an admissions and recruitment specialist for the Brown School at Washington University in St. Louis. Today, we will be discussing the application requirements for our Master of Social Work, Master of Public Health, and Master of Social Policy programs. And along the way, I'll be sharing tips to ensure that you are submitting your strongest application. As we all may know, the application process can be one of the most exciting and stressful times for our prospective students. Not only are you looking to explore graduate school, but you're trying to make those decisions in the midst of a lot of uncertainty around us. Our office does a great job at helping students navigate the application process. And today is a first step at supporting you through this journey. So we received many questions from applicants, and as part of the review committee, I believe this session will be very helpful to those who want to take advantage of our time together. For some, this process can be very intimidating and time-consuming, especially for those who are trying to balance a job or school or a family. So it really can seem like a whole other job in itself. So while there's no secrets or one correct single path to applying and being admitted to our program, I hope that this quick information session can really provide you some guidance on how to navigate the application process. So let's get started. To begin, the Brown School has two priority deadlines. The first one is our early action deadline, which is December 1st. Those applying to this deadline receive priority consideration for admission and scholarship no later than February 1st. If you do receive an acceptance during this timeline, it is not binding like other early action decision applications. It just means that due to your early commitment, we commit to getting you your admission and scholarship decision by February 1st. After the priority consideration deadline, we do have our regular decision deadline, which is March 1st. Students who complete their application by this date will receive regular consideration for admission and scholarship. Applications are reviewed for admission and scholarship based on availability. So we will get your decision around 6 to 8 weeks after submitting your application. And then we go into rolling admission after March 1st. So we will accept your applications and we will review your application 6 to 8 weeks after you submit. And so throughout the application process, we definitely encourage students to apply as early as possible. So, however, if you are close to a priority consideration deadline or the rolling deadline, we still encourage you to submit your strongest application, even if that means waiting an extra week or so. Moving on to our application requirements. So for MSW, MPH, and MSP, we do require a personal statement, 3 letters of recommendations, a resume or a CV, transcripts, a video interview, a scholarship form, international English language proficiency if you're an international student, and then of course an application fee. And then the MPH application does require a human biology prerequisite. And so one thing to keep in mind for the MSW and MSP applications, you will apply directly through the Washington University Graduate Admissions Portal, while the MPH applications will be through the SOPAS system. Once you complete your MPH application, you will then create the Brown School application portal to fully complete the remaining application requirements. And so moving on to international applicants, you do have a few additional requirements as an international student. So we do require transcripts to be fully in English. So it may be necessary for you to have a transcript officially translated by an evaluation service if your institution is not able to provide an English translation. For MPH applicants specifically, you will be required to have your transcripts evaluated by WES and sent to SOPAS, the application that we use for MPH applications. For both programs, we do require TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo as a demonstration of English proficiency. For example, or we do have limited exceptions for this requirement. So if you are an international student who has completed at least 3 years of undergraduate education in the US or another country with English as the official language, we do allow an exemption for the ELP. And then additionally, you will be required to provide the proof of financial support only if you are admitted into the program. And if you have any particular questions around ELP or the DCOF, please feel free to reach out to our office. And then we do believe our dual degree options are invaluable for those interested in the intersection of social well-being, health outcomes, social policy. And since all 3 of our programs are housed within the Brown School, you will seamlessly have access to all the resources you need to succeed all right here. And so, for example, for the MSW and MPH dual degree program, you will need to apply to each program separately and be admitted to each program separately. However, you will only have 1 scholarship form to submit and 1 video interview to submit. For the MSP dual degree, you can apply as a dual degree program applicant with either your MSW or MPH, or if you already have a master's degree, you may apply to the paired degree option within the MSP and apply to the program alone. Additionally, we do have a number of joint degree options with other schools within WashU and within community partners. So for more information on these offerings, please feel free to visit our website. Again, you would have to apply to both programs individually by separate admission requirements and departments, and you would have to apply for separate financial aid and scholarships. And you also have to be sure to indicate within your application that you're applying to the joint degree programs to let each department know. Moving on to our holistic review process. So we do talk a lot about our holistic review process because this means that we look into each applicant as an individual, and we really carefully consider each part in the application process in a comprehensive way, and we balance each of these parts very well. And so while we do consider your GPA, your academic coursework, we also look very carefully into your essays, your letters of recommendation, and your overall professional experience. And so some of the questions to ask yourself when working on your application is, can you demonstrate the following? What is motivating or pulling you toward your degree program of choice? Are you passionate about addressing racial, social, economic, health disparities, and inequities? How do you approach teamwork and collaboration? Are you able to articulate your values, even if you don't know exactly what professional role you will apply them to? And then how is the Brown School a good fit for your academic and professional goals? Overall, the holistic review process is designed to build a community of individuals whose unique sets of personal experiences, leadership roles, and professional aspirations will flourish within and enhance our community of advocates, activists, and leaders guided by social missions. So please know that there isn't one type of Brown School applicant or even student. So let's talk a little bit about the personal statement. The personal statement is designed to give you room to share why you're applying to our programs. And on the screen, you'll see prompts that you can answer within your personal statement, such as any significant factors influencing your decision to pursue your degree, career goals, and relevant leadership experiences that will contribute to your overall success as a grad student and in the profession, personal commitment to social change, and then specific reasons the Brown School is a good fit for you and your educational goals and professional goals. So things to consider when you are writing your personal statement is, why are you applying to earn your MSW, MPH, MSP, or dual joint degree right now? What makes the Brown School the best program for you? And then after you graduate, how do you anticipate that you'll use your degree to create positive impact? And then for your letters of recommendation, so all applicants must submit 3 letters of recommendations. And students often ask who should write your letters. And it really is depending on your relationship, but we do look for academic or professional letter writers. And things to consider when you are reaching out to your letter of writers is to look for professional references who can speak to your academic capacity, leadership and teamwork, and commitment to the field. And it would be very helpful also if you have known the recommender for a year or longer. And if you've been out of academia for some time and you're not able to connect with any of your former academic references, we understand. In those cases, we definitely recommend reaching out to past supervisors who can speak to your strengths in rigorous work environments. And so for transcripts, there are different transcript processes for the programs. So for the MSW and MSP specifically, at the time of your application, we only ask that you submit your unofficial transcripts. You can upload these yourself into your application. If you are admitted and choose to enroll, we will then receive and ask for your official transcripts. And they should be issued to the Brown School directly from your university's registrar's office at the time. And then we'll also need to receive any transcript at which you've earned more than 6 credit hours. So the exception to this is if your primary university lists the credit hours you've taken elsewhere, including the name of the second university, the courses, the name of the courses taken at the second university, as well as the credit hours earned and final grades. And then for the MPH application, you will need to submit your official transcripts directly to SOFAS. It will be verified and shown as received to us. You will never have to send your transcript directly to the Brown School. And then overall, when it comes to transcripts, I know a lot of applicants always ask about if we have a minimum GPA. While we do aim for applicants to have at least a 3.0 GPA out of a 4.0 scale, there is no cutoff. As I've mentioned, we review every single application we received completely and holistically. For your next requirement, we do require a resume or a CV. And so you will have to submit a comprehensive resume or CV, and there's no page limit to your CV or resume because we want to know about all of the experiences you've had leading up to this point of your education and career. I definitely advise that you include experiences from your undergraduate degree and onwards, unless there was a specific moment in your high school experience that defined or prompted your path toward social work, public health, or social policy. And again, we don't have a minimum experience requirement, but we do look to see how you connect your experiences leading up to the time of your application. Please know our student body is composed of individuals who joined us straight out of undergrad, individuals who have worked in the field for a couple of years, as well as individuals who have been out of school for several years and are trying to re-career. So if there are any gaps in your resume, we recommend providing an explanation somewhere within your application. You can put this in your personal statement, you can put this in somewhere in your CV or resume, or in the section for extenuating circumstances. And if you have limited experiences due to your age or how far along you are in your education, you can find ways to connect your current experiences that you have to the reasons you are pursuing a graduate degree at the Brown School. Again, our holistic review process will take everything into consideration. And then our last requirement for your application is the video interview. So the video interview really just allows the admissions committee to meet you virtually and to gain a clearer sense of who you are and what you want to achieve at the Brown School. So for the video interview, you will have access to the interview online. on your own time from your computer device. Your computer device has to be equipped with a webcam and a microphone. And when answering these questions, there are going to be 5 questions within the interview. Please know there's no right or wrong answers to the questions that you will be asked in the interview. And so things to keep in mind for the MSW MSP applications. So when you're filling out your application, the personalized link to the online video will be within your application portal. For the MPH applicants, after you submit your SOFA's application, you will then receive instructions from the Brown School to complete your video interview, as well as your scholarship form. And so tips for your video interview. Again, there's no right or wrong answers when filling out or when completing your video interview. It's just it's really an opportunity for the admissions committee to get to know you. And it's an opportunity for you to tell your story, to showcase your verbal and critical thinking skills and communication style. Also, please know before answering the official questions, you will have unlimited practice questions that are going to be very similar to the official 5 questions. And you can practice the practice questions as many times as possible until you're ready for the formal interview. The formal interview will typically take at least 20 to 30 minutes to complete. And when you are ready for the formal interview, it will have to be completed in one setting. And then for the scholarship form, so if you selected yes, that you would like to be considered for scholarship within your SOFA's application or your MSW MSP application within the Brown School portal, then you will need to submit your scholarship form. And so the scholarship form really just lets the admission committee to review you for your potential for scholarship. And our scholarships at the Brown School will range from $5,000 to $50,000. And again, for the MSW and MSP applicants, the form will be automatically included in the Brown School application portal. For the MPH applicants, you will receive an email from us on how to create your Brown School student portal. And then within the portal, you're able to complete and submit your scholarship form along with your video interview. And so your next steps right now is to go to our website and start your application process for the MSW and MSP. And then for the MPH, your first step would be to create your SOFA's application. And we have all the information needed to get that started on our website. And again, just a quick reminder for our deadlines. Our first deadline is coming up soon. That's going to be the December 1st priority consideration deadline. And then the second one is March 1st for the regular decision deadline. And then after March 1st, we go into rolling admissions. And if you would like to learn more, you can schedule a virtual visit with us at the Brown School. You can also schedule a visit with the current student. You can connect with faculty, and then definitely feel free to join us in any future info sessions. We do have an info session coming up this month on Wednesday, November 16th. It'll be at 12 p.m. Central Time, and it'll be an Ask Us Anything session where we talk about the application process, funding, opportunities, and more. And if you have any more questions for me or for the Brown School, feel free to email me directly at makia.a@wustl.edu. Thank you very much, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day.